So a reporter is going to ask Karine Jean-Pierre a question, and she is going to get so triggered, so angry at this question. And really, there's no reason for her to get angry because it's just a factual statement, and it's something that the American people want to know about. Why is this the case for our current president? But notice how upset she gets. She's going to spew, of course, some lies and some deflections, which I'm going to want to address after the video clip. But check it out.
If I may, the president, I noticed, had note cards at the border when he was doing his briefing there. He also had note cards last Friday with the Italian prime minister. Why does the president rely so heavily on note cards?
You're upset because the president has note cards? You're asking me a question about the president having note cards?
I'm asking why.
The president who has had probably one of the most successful first 3 years of an administration than any modern day president. He's done more in the first 3 years than most presidents who had 2 terms. You're asking me about note cards? I'm not speaking to you right now, James. I'm talking to your friend over here, Ed. So thank you so much. But thank you so much for interjecting. Go ahead, Ed.
I was just asking why he relies so heavily on note cards.
I think what's important here and what the American people care about is how this president is delivering for them. And that's what he's doing. And that's what's the most important thing here.
Notice how disrespectful she is and how polite the reporters remain. Her very first response was deflection. So rather than answering the question, she immediately turned it back on them. Like, this is what you're really worried about. And then another reporter chimed in and said, hey, Karine, just answer the question. Like, why is he using them so much? This is a valid question, because if you have somebody who's in a position of power and authority and they seem over reliant upon cards that they're holding in their hand that they have to read to get through everything, and even with the cards, Joe Biden is messing things up. Like, he messed up Gaza and Ukraine, even with it written at like size 20 font on these cards. So it's valid, but she deflects and then she lies. And the lie that she came up with was that Joe Biden in his first 3 years has historically been more effective than most presidents, even if they've served 2 terms. This is obviously ridiculous. The biggest lie of all is that Joe Biden's job numbers, that under his administration, the United States has gained more jobs than any other president ever. But the American people aren't stupid. The government shut down the United States economy for that, that we had in 2020. And after they shut it down, they stopped people from working by government order. So we saw the job numbers crumble under the forced policies of government. And then all of a sudden, when, the thing started to ease up and it wasn't as bad anymore, Joe Biden's the president. Is like, hey, everybody, go back to work. We need you to start working now because, we need food and materials. And then so everyone just basically went back to work. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa, Joe Biden's some miraculous person. All of these jobs that were created. How stupid do you think people are? Under that logic, if Donald Trump becomes the president in 2025, he can just say, hey, we're going to shut down half the jobs in America. Go ahead and do that. And then within another week or two, just reopen them up. And then he is going to be the greatest president of all, the greatest jobs president. No one's that dumb to believe that. In addition, the inflation that we saw under Joe Biden was one of the worst historically, and it's still bad, obviously because of gross government overspending. In addition, we are seeing global conflict like we haven't seen in a very long time, and an invasion of the United States at our southern border. The only question is Joe Biden now the worst president in the history of the United States? I think there is an argument to be made for that, but also we have to understand that Joe Biden isn't even really the president of the United States. He's not running things. Someone else is. There's clear agendas at work here. But how angry did Karine Jean-Pierre get at such a simple question? Just answer the question. Be honest about it. Listen, Joe Biden, it's helpful for him to keep things in order right now. It's something that he likes to have. Whatever you want to say. But don't deflect and lie about it. What do you think about this? Leave your comments below. I'll catch you on the next video.